So after a year of radio silence, it looks as though World War 3 is back from the dead. What's up, people of the internet? It is your boy fenneix coming back again with another video, and yes, World War 3 does seem to be back. And in today's video, we will be looking at the future that it may hold. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So as I said, a year ago was about the last time we heard anything about World War 3, as it had been bought out by my.games, the publishers of Warface. So for those of you who don't know what World War 3 is, it was a shooter released in October 2018 in early access, and is a 32 versus 32 large-scale modern combat FPS based game, similarly to the likes of Battlefield. Now, after a couple of months of being out, it did slowly die down, sadly. And although progress was made, it never got back to the heights of peaking at 11,000 players, which for an early access game is huge. But yeah, after getting bought out by my.games, there wasn't really much said about it until earlier this month, where they released a new dev diary. And honestly, the game's looking really good. They've improved the maps, there's these quality life updates, weapon animations, and everything is looking really solid. Along with that, it is also going to be now released on console, and that is really exciting. But is it a little too late? As right now, they are talking about releasing the game in the same time frame as Battlefield 2042. Now, it does have one thing up its sleeve. With my.games buying out, there was talk of free-to-play, which I think that is going to be World War 3's saving grace if they can do this. But in the most recent dev blog, there wasn't actually anything mentioned about this. Of course, monetization strategies aren't always going to be the core thing for gaming developers. What you're wanting is good gameplay, good mechanics, which at the moment World War 3 is seeming to be having, and it's exciting to look at. But that release window, that is not good. Is that going to be the nail in the coffin for World War 3? I'm not sure about. As back when it first came out, back in 2018, Battlefield was in a very rough spot there. So this was meant to be the Battlefield killer. And as I said, peaking at 11,000 players for a game that was paid to play from an unknown indie developer, that's huge. But now 2042 is looking really good. The hype for Battlefield is coming back. And with that, is it too late for World War 3 to come out now? Has it missed its boat? Is it just going to be dead on arrival? Hopefully not. As a lot of you know, my channel has had a lot of success covering free-to-play shooters, and World War 3 is a game that I think is very unique to the genre, as the last free-to-play large-scale game we really had was something like Battlefield free-to-play, PlanetSide 2. We don't get these games. They are a dime a dozen. And with it coming out on last-gen consoles does mean that people that can't splash out on 2042 will be able to experience some grand-scale FPS games. Now, what is World War 3's market? And that's where I'm left unsure, and I think many other people are also in the same boat. What actually is its market then? Because, as I said, it kind of was capitalizing off the fact that Battlefield was in a rough spot originally. Battlefield's in a really good place. Its only real saving grace is the fact that older computers are going to be able to run this. Old consoles are also going to be able to run this in its full experience. And hopefully the card of it's free to play, although we haven't had that actually brought up. And along with that, if it is free to play, what is the monetization strategy going to be for this game? As if you look at Warface, there is pay to win. Is this going to be a cosmetic only game? Is there going to be a battle pass involved? Or are they going to go down the routes of boosters and pay to win weapons? Again, that's not all on the developers, and I could just be shooting completely in the wrong direction here, but that is something that my.games could force them to do down the line. Fingers crossed they don't though. If done right, World War 3 could be a very exciting addition to the free-to-play shooter scene, with these giant scale maps that we just don't see in other games apart from the BR genre, which we always talk about this on this channel. I'm not a fan of the gameplay cycle of it. But what are your guys' thoughts on World War 3? Do you think it's going to be a game that is going to do well? Has it just come out a little bit too late? Have these improvements taken too long to arrive? And if you did buy the game originally, what are your thoughts on it going free to play? But only time will tell if World War 3 truly is back from the dead, or if the game has just come a little too late. Peace out, Tulu, and goodbye. Stay safe out there.